This video will show you how to make your very own iridescent art using clear nail polish on black cardstock. To do this activity, you will need black cardstock, clear nail polish, a bin to put the water in that you'll need. I got a dish tub from Dollar Tree, and I also got the clear nail polish from Dollar Tree, so it doesn't cost a lot. I like to cut the black cardstock into smaller pieces because the normal size sheet is too big. You can do it for halves or quarters. I do both. But then you'll need to fill your bin up with water and then submerge your cardstock beneath the water surface. And then you can add your clear nail polish to the top. While I was creating the iridescent art for this video, little fluffy cat came and crashed this session. She's so cute. So as I previously explained, it's a really simple process. You can get a lot of pieces done. You start off by putting your cardstock in the water beneath the water surface, and then you'll open up your nail polish. I mean, you could use other colors of paper. I just feel like black has the biggest contrast. But after you get your nail polish on the surface, you will lift the paper up from underneath so that the nail polish will stay on top of the paper and won't slide off. It can be a little bit tricky if you've never done it before, or even if you have done it before, but that's what will happen. You'll see these interesting iridescent patterns on it, and how those patterns come about. It's much like bubbles. I'm sure everyone's seen bubbles before, but the different colors come from the different thicknesses of whatever the material is, whether that's the film of the soap with bubbles or if it's the film of clear nail polish on water. And so the different thicknesses and thinnesses give you the different colors as the light reflects off of it, and it looks pretty cool. And you never quite know how the nail polish is going to spread across the water surface, which is really interesting, and you can get different neat designs. And you can make as many as you want. And just as a side note, it usually helps to have a more full bottle of clear nail polish, but I've used this one a lot. But you can still get all these really neat patterns and designs and colors. It's so pretty. Also, if you are concerned about, your fingers getting a little bit colored, because with the cardstock being in the water, it will, dye the water a little bit, and it can dye your fingers, so you can use gloves. I didn't, because I'm used to this. I get a little bit messy all the time with my art, and that's okay. Life can be messy sometimes. But just look at all the different colors you can get. They're so pretty, and all the different designs. It's sort of like marbling, and I just love it so much. So much. But like I said earlier, you can use different sizes of paper. It's whatever works for you. There's no real wrong and right way to do this, as long as you can get the nail polish on the surface of the water and lift the paper up. You could try to tap the paper down onto it, but from my experience it doesn't work as well. It works better to lift it up from underneath so it sits on the surface and doesn't slide off. Some of the bigger ones are a little more tricky. There was my fluffy cat. Made a little guest star appearance for a little bit. She's so cute and curious, but look at all the different designs you can get. It's so cool. I love this so much. And it's so simple to do. It doesn't cost that much, like I said earlier. A couple dollars for the bin and for the nail polish. Then you get water, which is pretty easy to get most of the time. And then the cardstock. You don't even use that much of the cardstock, depending on how many you make. Maybe you'll go crazy and have a spree of hundreds and hundreds of these, but I think it's lots of fun. You could use these for collages probably, and so many different things. They're just so interesting. I love the colors so much. All these neon saturated colors. Oof, I love it. It's so much fun. Just be careful that they lie flat to dry, otherwise your paper will buckle and all that. It'll keep the bends and the folds if you don't lie it flat to dry. But it's not too hard as long as you have a pretty full thing of clear nail polish. But they're so pretty, and you never know how big they'll go because it all depends on the size of the drop from the brush. But just look at that. They have some interesting bubbles that can happen. It's just so interesting, and I love the uniqueness of each individual piece because they could have spirally ones, they could have swirls, they could have circles, they could have squiggly ones. Like, you never know what you'll get. And it's so interesting. And there's Fluffy Cat. But here are all the pieces that I did today, and I thought it was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching.